Hi everybody, welcome back to story time. We are going to read another story from this book, Uncle Remus's Bear Rabbit Stories. Are you enjoying this book? I hope you are. So let's read another story. Tonight's story, or today's story I should say, although it is night, is called Mr. Dog's New Shoes. So, as we like to say, gather your children, gather your blankets and your bears too, and let's all settle down, because I have a story to read to you. I hope you enjoy Mr. Dog's New Shoes. Do you like new shoes? I think most people do. Do you like red shoes, blue shoes, black shoes, brown shoes, or white shoes? Most people will tell you you can't wear white shoes till after Easter. And that's how come on Easter Sunday, so many people wear white shoes. So do you wear white shoes? I wear white tennis shoes. But that rule only applies to dress shoes. So let's see what our story is about tonight. And let's see what color shoes Mr. Dog gets. Well then, said Uncle Remus, there was one time when old Bear Rabbit was going to town after something or other for his family. And he was almost ashamed to go because his shoes were titter-torn, worn out. Yet he wanted to go, so he put just as good a face on as he can, and he take his walking stick and set out just as big as the next one. Well then, old Bear Rabbit go on down that big road till he come to a place where some folks had been camping out the night before, and he sat down by the fire to warm his feet, 'cause the mornings were sort of cold like these here mornings. He sat there and looked at his toes, and he felt mighty sorry for himself. Well then, he sat there, and it wasn't long before he heard something or other trotting down the road. Here come Mr. Dog, a-smelling and a-sniffing around to see if the folks had left any scraps by the campfire. Mr. Dog was all dressed up in his Sunday to-go meeting clothes, and more than that, he had on brand new shoes. When Bear Rabbit seen them shoes, he felt mighty bad, but he don't let on. He bowed to Mr. Dog, mighty polite, and Mr. Dog, he bowed back. Bear Rabbit, he said, Mr. Dog, where are you going all fixed up like this? I'm going to town, Bear Rabbit. Where are you going? I thought I'd go to town myself to get me a new pair of shoes, 'cause my old ones are worn out, and they hurt my foots so bad I can't wear them. Them mighty nice shoes you got there, Mr. Dog. Where you get 'em? Down in town, Bear Rabbit, down in town. They fix you mighty snug, Mr. Dog, and I wish you'd be so good as to let me try one of them on. Bear Rabbit talked so mighty sweet. Mr. Dog sat right flat on the ground and took off one of them behind shoes and lent it to Bear Rabbit. Bear Rabbit, he looked off and down, he hopped off down the road. Then he came back. He tell Mr. Dog that the shoe fits mighty nice, but with one of them on, it made him trot lopsided. Well then, Mr. Dog, he pulled off the other behind shoe, and Bear Rabbit trot off and tried again. He came back, he did, and he says, "They're mighty nice, Mr. Dog, but they sort of raised me up behind, and I don't know exactly how they feel." Mr. Dog want to be polite, and he took off the before shoes, and Bear Rabbit put them on and stomped his feet and allowed, "Now that sort of feels like shoes." He racked off down the road, and when he gets where he ought to turn around, he just laid back his ears and kept on going, and wasn't long before he got out of sight. Mr. Dog, he hollered, and he hollered, until he would come back. But Bear Rabbit kept on going. Mr. Dog, he hollered. Mr. Rabbit, he kept on going. And down to this day, Mr. Dog been a-running after Bear Rabbit. And if you just go out in the woods with any dog on this place, the minute he smells Rabbit, he'll holler and tell him to come back. I hope you enjoy this funny little story of Bear Rabbit and Mr. Dog and the adventures they had. And I know that I enjoyed reading to you tonight. So please come back, and come back real soon, because I promise to have another story just for you. Good night, everybody.